Have you ever wondered how millions of cakes are produced every year without losing their flavor, texture, and perfect appearance? Deep inside one of the world's most advanced egg factories, thousands of cakes move through a fully automated production line every single hour. From giant silos filled with flour and sugar to high-speed decorating machines that create perfect frosting patterns in seconds, every step is controlled with incredible precision. Long before the first cake reaches the production line, the process begins in a huge raw material warehouse. This massive storage area holds all of the ingredients needed to make the cakes. Hundreds of tons of flour are stored in giant stainless steel silos. Nearby, large tanks contain liquid eggs, fresh milk, vegetable oil, and liquid chocolate. Mountains of sugar, cocoa powder, butter, and baking powder are carefully stored in climate-controlled rooms to keep them fresh.
Every ingredient entering the factory must pass a strict quality inspection. Workers in white protective suits collect samples from every batch. The flour is checked for moisture and texture. The sugar is tested for purity. Liquid eggs are examined to ensure they are fresh and free from contamination. Even the milk and butter are carefully tested before they are allowed into the production line. Once the ingredients are approved, the fully automatic system takes over. Powerful conveyor systems and pneumatic tubes transport the flour and sugar directly from the silos to the mixing department. Huge stainless steel pipes carry liquid eggs, milk, and oil into giant mixing tanks. The entire process is computer-controlled, ensuring that every ingredient is added in the exact amount needed.
Inside the mixing department, the factory's largest machines begin their work. Each industrial mixer is several times larger than a car and can hold enough batter to produce thousands of cakes in a single batch. The recipe is programmed into the system, and the mixer automatically measures each ingredient with remarkable accuracy. As the speed increases, the mixer transforms the separate ingredients into a smooth and creamy batter. The mixture is carefully monitored by sensors that measure temperature, thickness, and consistency. If the batter becomes too thick, the machine automatically adjusts the recipe by adding more liquid. If it becomes too thin, additional dry ingredients are added. This guarantees that every batch of batter is exactly the same. When the batter is ready, the bottom of the giant mixing tank opens automatically. The finished mixture flows through stainless steel pipes into a holding tank positioned above the production line. From there, the batter travels toward the depositing machines. The depositing section is where the cakes first begin to take shape. Below the filling machine, hundreds of empty cake trays move forward on a wide conveyor belt. Each tray is perfectly aligned to ensure every cake is the same size and shape. Above the moving trays, the depositing machine begins its work. Dozens of nozzles release exactly the same amount of batter into every mold at the same time. In just a few seconds, hundreds of trays are filled with smooth, perfectly measured cake batter.
The depositing machine works at incredible speed. Every minute, it can fill hundreds of cake molds with astonishing precision. Sensors continuously monitor the amount of batter in every tray. If one mold receives too much or too little, the system corrects itself instantly. Once the trays are filled, they move directly into one of the most important parts of the factory, the industrial baking oven.
These enormous tunnel ovens are often longer than a football field. The trays enter one end and slowly travel through the heated chamber on a conveyor system. Inside the oven, the temperature can reach more than 200 degrees Celsius. The baking process is divided into several zones. In the first zone, gentle heat allows the batter to rise. The baking powder reacts with the heat, creating tiny air bubbles that make the cake soft and fluffy. The liquid batter begins to expand and take shape. As the cakes move deeper into the oven, the temperature becomes higher. This second zone cooks the center of the cakes completely. The eggs and flour form a firm structure, while the butter and oil keep the cakes moist. After spending several minutes inside the oven, the cakes emerge fully baked. At this stage, they are still extremely hot and fragile. Robotic arms carefully remove the trays from the oven conveyor and place them onto a cooling line.
The cooling process is just as important as the baking process. If the cakes were packaged while still warm, moisture would build up inside the packaging and ruin the texture. To prevent this, the cakes must cool gradually. The freshly baked cakes travel through a long cooling tunnel. Large fans blow filtered air across the cakes while maintaining the perfect temperature and humidity. Some factories use spiral cooling towers where the cakes move upward in a giant circular path to save space.
As the cakes cool, quality control cameras scan every single one. These high-speed cameras inspect the size, color, and shape of the cakes. Any cake that is too small, too dark, cracked, or damaged is automatically removed from the line. Once the cakes have cooled completely, the next stage begins. For some cakes, the trays are simply turned upside down by an automatic machine, allowing the cakes to fall gently onto the conveyor belt below. Other cakes are removed using soft robotic grippers. Now, the cakes move toward the slicing and leveling machines. Even though the cakes were baked in identical trays, small differences can still appear. Some cakes may rise slightly higher than others. To create perfect layers, the top of each cake must be leveled.
The filling department is one of the most fascinating parts of the entire factory. Here, the cakes finally begin to look like the finished product people recognize. Rows of cake layers move beneath a filling machine. Above them, dozens of nozzles release smooth cream, strawberry jam, chocolate mousse, vanilla filling, or caramel. The machine spreads the filling evenly across the surface of every cake. As soon as the first layer receives its filling, another cake layer is placed on top automatically. Robotic arms position each layer with incredible precision. The process can be repeated several times to create tall, multi-layer cakes. For chocolate cakes, the filling may include rich chocolate ganache. For sponge cakes, a light whipped cream filling is often used. In luxury cake factories, some cakes are filled with hazelnut cream, coffee mousse, or cheesecake filling.
After the layers are assembled, the cakes move toward the frosting station. This is where the outside of the cake is covered in a smooth, beautiful layer. The frosting machine begins by placing the cake onto a rotating platform. While the cake spins, nozzles spray a measured amount of cream or icing onto the top and sides. A moving blade then spreads the frosting evenly across the entire surface. The machine works so quickly and precisely that every cake looks identical. Whether the cake is covered in white cream, chocolate icing, or colorful frosting, the result is always perfectly smooth. For chocolate-covered cakes, the process becomes even more impressive. The cakes move beneath a waterfall of warm liquid chocolate. The flowing chocolate completely covers the top and sides of the cake in seconds. Excess chocolate drips away and is collected for reuse. As the chocolate coating cools, it forms a shiny outer shell. Some cakes are then sprayed with a second layer of glossy glaze to create an even more attractive appearance. Decorating is the next stage, and this is often the most exciting part of the process. Modern cake factories use advanced decorating machines capable of creating beautiful patterns at incredible speed.
The weight control system is extremely important. Each cake must contain exactly the correct amount of ingredients and filling. Cakes that are too heavy or too light are automatically removed. Metal detectors and X-ray scanners are also used at this stage. These machines ensure that no unwanted objects have entered the product during manufacturing. Food safety is one of the factory's highest priorities. Only after passing all of these inspections can the cakes continue to the packaging department. The packaging area is one of the fastest sections of the entire factory. Here, thousands of finished cakes are wrapped and packed every hour. The cakes arrive on a conveyor belt and move into an automatic packaging machine. A roll of plastic film surrounds each cake. The machine seals the package tightly to keep the cake fresh. For small cakes, the packaging machine may wrap several cakes together in a single box. For larger cakes, each one is placed inside its own plastic container or cardboard box. The boxes are printed with the product name, ingredients, expiration date, nutritional information, and barcode. A high-speed printer adds this information automatically as the package moves along the line. For premium cakes, the packaging may be even more sophisticated. The cake is first placed onto a decorative cardboard base. Then it is inserted into a transparent box so customers can see the product inside. After packaging, the cakes move toward the boxing station. Robotic arms collect the packaged cakes and place them neatly into large shipping cartons. Every carton contains the same number of cakes. The cartons are then sealed with tape and labeled with tracking information. From there, they travel automatically to the factory warehouse. If you enjoyed seeing how millions of cakes are made inside this incredible factory, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another fascinating manufacturing process. The next time you see a cake in a bakery or supermarket, you may never look at it the same way again. Behind that single cake is an entire world of machinery, engineering, and precision, working together inside a massive factory.